CBC Headline News, brought to you by Digicel, Barbados' fastest 4G network.
Boys on the block in Britain's Hill speak out. Government moves to appoint hundreds of teachers. And in sports, Marlon Samuels hits his first ton against the Aussies to give the Windies hope in today's Tri-Nation game.
The CBC Headline News, brought to you by Digicel, Barbados' fastest 4G network.
Credible, balanced, committed. This is the CBC Evening News.
And a very good evening to you. I'm Lisa Lord with the Tuesday, June 21st edition of the CBC Evening News. And our top story: just days after rumors surfaced alleging that Britain's Hill residents would turn the 4-day morning jam into a bloodbath, members of that community are making their voices heard. The controversy has stemmed from a WhatsApp message circulating, causing a widespread public debate on gun violence, as well as solutions to deviance among the island's youth. A CBC team visited the area today to find out their views after a spate of gun-related incidents in that area had Barbadians on edge.
3 shootings in 2 weeks, including 2 murders. And now this, a text message circulating claiming that Britain's Hills youth are planning to terrorize Barbadians who attend this year's 4-day morning. It has added fuel to the fiery debate on gun violence, gun control and deviant youth, with ministers, police and civilians expressing their concern. A CBC News team visited the area that many are calling a war zone to find out what the guys on the block had to say. In the Bonnets area, a number of youngsters were engaging in an intense video game, but were ready and willing to speak about it, expressing disappointment about the rumors circulating.
It was never nothing like that. But just people want to stay up on Brother Hill, right? You know, so people say anything, and how big people are, right? We aunts, we uncles, we little children. It's good 4 in the morning, we mothers, we fathers 4 in the morning. Good for him on cause of disturbance.
We don't say nothing, so we ain't deal with nothing so about here. We deal with so that's here, and that's what we deal with. Brent Hill ain't what people say is right now. Brent Hill got a lot of nice people about here, and people just staying in.
Instead, many persons say they are a family and engage in a bunch of wholesome, peaceful activities.
When the days come free, we want another. We plants, we food, and that's how we is.
This Barbara I know about for sure. This probably got our balance. Okay. This is Bonnets. This ain't got no balance at all. We had Christmas lights thing about here, man. We good about here.
Now, just down the block where Rico Reed once lined before being shot while about to attend a Jolly Roger cruise, his close friend says he's still grieving, and retaliation is the last thing on his mind.
Man, suffering a loss right now, man. Starting to shoot at the 4 in the morning all night, so just some people that just talking all in the face. I just got a lot of free time on the hand. I feel it. I got to be little children on set in a group chat. I just think it's a group chat.
The team also went over to Sky Mall to find out what other Barbadians thought about the allegations. While most persons believe the text is a hoax, some contend that crime is a serious threat to the festival.
Right now, I think there's too many crime, too many drug-related crimes, too many shootings, too many young persons is being killed, and I think is unnecessary happening. So I think that, you know, the Attorney General at least have to come out and give a statement in regards to 4 in the morning, because I am not going.
Show the public in general that we are the police, we are in charge, and we are going to do something about it. Then I think Bajans would, you know, feel a little more at ease. But personally, as for the crop organ, they're not going to stop me from fedding. I am going fedding each day and night.
Meanwhile, some people are adamant that this year's festivities would, quote, miss them, while others will not let the threats dampen their spirits. Regardless of the controversy, all systems say go for this year's festival. Ryan Broom, CBC News.
Education Minister Ronald Jones is tonight ensuring teachers that, despite government's lingering financial challenges, it is committed to appointing all temporary teachers. Minister Jones made the disclosure in the lower house as it debated a resolution for the approval of the Public Service Teachers Order Act for 2016. The Education Minister says the recent appointments of 410 teachers were the first, and there are more to come. He added that there were some minor issues at the level of the Ministry of the Civil Service. He is, however, assuring teachers that the matter will be sorted soon.
The union can be assured that as we debate this today, as long as this goes through the House and reach the level of the Governor General and in fact gazetted, that those persons in the service who so qualified by the same standard would be appointed within that expanded establishment to which the Teachers Order 2016 would apply. In fact, I wish to assure them that the work has already been done. In fact, the work was done one time for the 410 posts, persons who satisfy that, and for the 239 posts.
Minister Jones lauded the union's leadership for the firm stance taken at times. He, however, reassured them that having once been a part of the organization's leadership, he understood the issues facing that institution. Minister Jones says that the government is willing to work with the unions to ensure that teachers get their due.
The unions, particularly the Barbados Union of Teachers, as it has historically done, have always been aware of the number of persons who needed security of tenure and have always worked to ensure that that security of tenure takes place. And they have been a bit demanding during this current exercise. Sometimes to the point of what do you call the nakedness. And I'm just using that as what do you call it? A term being expressed.
An opposition member of parliament is telling the education minister he needs to start making firm decisions about the various issues in schools. Edmund Hinkson is also concerned about the committee set up by the minister to look at violence within the schools. Mr. Hinkson says the reasons for this violence are well known and the minister should start supplying solutions to the problems. The opposition MP also commented on the issue of teachers' pay being docked, noting that they have grievances which need to be addressed.
The perception among teachers that they are not being supported at the highest level of the ministry, and you know this is certainly not good. They've been bearing the burden. They have been chastised by the Honourable Minister of Education on many occasions, and their morale must be low.
Well, following a spike in sudden deaths, the Barbados Family Planning Association has seen an increase in those seeking their services. Executive Director Juliet Bino-Sutherland says it's just another cue Barbadians are worried, and rightly so, about their health.
Or clinicians or doctors or nurses are indicating that people are very much worried and concerned and questioning what is happening because the information is so vague and uncertain about the cause of death. What we are trying to do is really use this as an opportunity. Wherever you have a challenge or a crisis or a national concern, it's an opportunity for those of us in public health to say, well, how many people are doing baseline assessments?
And a baseline assessment is an evaluation of a person's health to compare it with others in the population or used to assess someone's health over time. The association will provide discounted doctor visits at its community open day tomorrow at its Bay Street clinic. Mrs. Bino-Sutherland says although there are some health risks beyond control like aneurysms, there are many which can be prevented.
Hypertension, which is a leading cause of heart disease and heart failure, there are certain things that are lifestyle related. So what we do is we use it as an opportunity when people ask, well, when last have you had your blood sugar checked? When last have you done an assessment? Are you in an exercise program? So it is it's causing us to basically remind people that we provide holistic services.
A 33-year-old Liat flight attendant who was recently charged for cocaine and marijuana possession is now a free woman. This after she paid a hefty fine of $52,000 when she appeared at two separate courts yesterday. Police say Deanne Pat Portia Plummer, a St. Lucian national, appeared at the District B Magistrates Court and pleaded guilty to charges of possession, intent to supply, trafficking, and the importation of cocaine. Now, on the charges of possession and importation, she was fined $25,000 $1,000 each forthwith. However, she was convicted, reprimanded and discharged on the charges of trafficking and intent to supply respectively. Ms. Plummer also appeared at the District C Magistrates Court and pleaded guilty to the charge of possession of cannabis. She was fined $2,000 forthwith or 2 years in prison, and all the fines were paid on the spot. While police are probing the unnatural death of a 61-year-old St. Michael man, according to lawmen, about 10:15 this morning, they responded to a call at a 2-story house at King Street, the city. Lawmen say upon entering, the body of the man was discovered in the upstairs apartment, hanging in a doorway. Reports are that there were no other tenants, and police say the identity of the deceased is being withheld until his next of kin has been notified. Well, 5 people are reportedly in serious condition following an accident in Hanson Hill, St. George last night. 18 people were in all injured in the collision between a minibus and a ZM van, triggering a mass casualty response from the emergency services. Now, 16 of the injured, including the 5 who were seriously hurt, were passengers in the minibus. It was driven by 34-year-old Elvis Chandler of Edgecombe in St. Philip. The other 2 were traveling in the ZM, which was driven by 77-year-old Livingston Brathwaite of Clapham in St. Michael. Lawmen say the accident happened around 7:25, and ambulance, police and fire officials responded to that accident. Well, the commemorative Broken Trident has made its latest stop on its journey across the island. Today, the Broken Trident was received at the People's Cathedral School in St. Michael, where staff and students held a special ceremony to mark its arrival. Tourism Minister Richard Seeley was in attendance at that ceremony. He told the students, even though there was uncertainty that an independent Barbados could be successful, we have prevailed against the odds.
Barbados has one of the highest human development indexes in the world. We have the 3rd highest in the Western Hemisphere. And if you get beyond that, what that simply means is that the quality of life that you enjoy in little Barbados, that as a nation state is only 50 years old, the quality of life is among the best you can enjoy on this planet.
And Minister Seeley encouraged the students to continue the hard work of their predecessors in maintaining the quality of life here on the island.
It's important that our future understand that indeed, if we are to continue to be able to make that statement, if we are to continue to be able to make that boast, that it means that we must continue to work hard.
We'll have more news in just a moment. Stay with us.
Don't let your data experience slow you down. Step up to Digicel, Barbados' fastest 4G network, more than twice as fast as the slow network. Get more with Digicel. Digicel, the fastest 4G network in Barbados. Dial *153# to sign up to Digicel today.
Are you positive? You are negative. HIV-free. Are you positive? You are negative. Get tested and see. Are you positive? You are negative. Are you okay? Are you positive? You are negative. Get tested today.
Regional HIV Testing Day is Friday, June 24th, and free testing is available at these locations so you can know your status. In addition, free testing and counseling is available at these locations and times. A full list of testing sites can be found on the ilivup.info website. Regional Testing Day for 9 years, an initiative of the Caribbean Broadcast Media Partnership, supported by PANCAP and Scotiabank.
Are you positive? You are negative. Live up today.
Hey, coming up on Wednesday's edition of Festival Stage, he's been left out of the Party Monarch and he's furious. He will join us here Wednesday morning. Ras Hiley Also, we've got Hee Haw performing very good in the Cape Shepherd All-Stars. And we've got the Banana Republicans, Crew Face.
Yep, and speaking of performing, we got a wicked record from Renan Hackett talking about Pick It Up. We've got Regional Testing Day, continues right here. We're going to tell you about more about it on Wednesday, and it's going on right here at the CBC with testing centers this coming Friday. For the morning bands, we also have the Road Warriors. They're going to be pumping.
You've got a date with us Wednesday morning at 11 right here on CBC TV 8 Festival Stage where the stars hang out.
We're the stars.
Rio de Janeiro.
For the first time, the Olympics are coming to South America, and Rio is hosting the party. Witness the true test of perseverance, determination, commitment, and teamwork. CBC is giving you all the access to the action of Rio 2016. CBC is an official broadcast partner of the Rio 2016 Summer Olympic Games.
Well, there is some confidence that the local economy is improving. That's according to Labour Minister Senator Dr. Esther Bayo.